Hey everybody, the Swag Chef here. This review has taken me a while to put out because the crafting system was holding me hostage. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the Syncopation-53. I wanted to review my favorite rolls in their top forms, so I had to farm out red border weapons to get enough crafting materials to actually make it. There are two rolls that I want to talk about today, with a third that I didn't use but is also a very strong contender. The Syncopation is an adaptive 390 stasis kinetic slot pulse rifle. It does 31 to the head and 20 to the body. When compared to some of the other 390s, including my favorite Hailing Confusion, it completely blows them out of the water at the base level. It has superior stats in pretty much every single category and is a complete stat monster in range and stability. This means that when we're choosing perks to build this thing out, we can reach even higher heights. One thing to note about Syncopation is that none of its potential rolls have any kill perks. There's Focus Fury and Frenzy, yeah, but in PvP those are a little tougher to activate. This pushes us towards a full consistency kit being made even better because of enhanced perks. Syncopation can roll with barrel options and your standard magazine options. Now in the first trait column, we have Hipfire Grip, Moving Target, Compulsive Reloader, Steady Hands, Zen Moment, and Outlaw. In the second column, we have Headstone, Rangefinder, Frenzy, Head Seeker, Vorpal Weapon, and Focus Fury. Each of these traits also get added bonuses when you enhance the perks at the crafting table. The role that intrigued me but I didn't get to try was Chambered Compensator, High Caliber Rounds, Moving Target, and Rangefinder paired with a Stability Intrinsic Frame. I didn't craft this one because there were a couple different roles I wanted to focus on that would absolutely maximize the stats. However, this role sounds like it would be an excellent dueler due to Moving Target allowing you to move faster while aimed down sights and High Caliber Rounds delivering more flinch. Now before I tell you what my roles were, I wanted to show you a clip from the Firing Range podcast with Kevin Yanes and Chris Proctor from Bungie.
Zen Moment is a pretty interesting perk. What does it actually do?
Well, it does not do what it says in the perk description.
Okay.
Stability, right? It doesn't change the stability stat or anything like that. What it actually does, it reduces the maximum recoil angle, and it stacks based on the number of hits.
Like ×5 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's 5 is the maximum.
Yep. Kind of straightens everything out.
So, if it's already at 100 recoil direction, would Zen Moment effectively do anything?
Yes, because it reduces the maximum deflection.
Okay.
So it doesn't increase the stability stat, but it still effectively increases the stability of the gun because the gun no longer jumps as much as it did.
Right. Yeah, it kind of clamps how high your gun can jump.
Zen Moment is my first choice of trait. Like Chris Proctor said, it literally does nothing to the stability stat. What it actually does is it stacks up to 5 times, reducing the maximum recoil angle on the weapon. This means you can still dump 100 points into stability and Zen Moment is still going to have an effect on the weapon. It's going to make it easier to land shots as you land shots because the gun won't be allowed to kick up as high. The first role I tried was Chambered Compensator, Ricochet Rounds, Zen Moment, and Head Seeker with a stability frame. By enhancing Zen and Head Seeker, you get some extra points in stability that brings it all the way up to 99. The range fall off begins at just over 37 meters. The range already outclasses my Hailing Confusion, and it's able to reach insane stability without having to be tied to a Void subclass because of Elemental Capacitor. Enhanced Headstone would also give the same stability bump, so that's definitely an option if you wanted to create a stasis-centric loadout. It takes a little bit of time to get used to using adaptive frames. They have a relatively slow time to kill compared to most other weapons in the sandbox, coming in at 0.93 seconds. For reference, the high impact frames like the Messenger have a TTK of 0.67 seconds, So in a perfect situation, straight up duel, Syncopation loses every time. However, the boon of Syncopation is that it's super relaxed and extremely consistent, especially this role. You need 5 crits and 2 body shots to get the kill. You don't even need the last 2 bullets in the third burst. Because of this, you only need 2 headshots out of 3 whole bursts to secure a kill. You can hit 7 bodies and 2 headshots and still kill a guy. When playing your range and taking it slow, Syncopation is an excellent dueler. The issue is, popular hand cannons with superior TTKs like Palindrome exist in that same 35-36 meter range. This led me to my final role. In order to put myself outside of hand cannon range but still manage to be inside mine, I swapped out Headseeker, which doesn't really affect the TTK on adaptives, and replaced it with Rangefinder. Rangefinder kicks the damage fall off all the way up to 41 meters. While the increased zoom makes flinch feel slightly more severe, the extra 4 meters is a game changer. I felt kinda sad taking down that 99 stability to 95, but for that range trade-off, I'll survive. 100 range stat Messenger only has half a meter more than Synco, which is psycho. When I tell you that this gun does not kick, trust me. My final roll had 95 stability. The counterbalance mod and chambered compensator took the recoil direction all the way up to 100. And when you land shots with Zen Moment, it's making the recoil even tighter. The biggest learning curve here might be not overcompensating for the recoil. The ease of use is reminiscent of Hawksaw in Destiny 1, so much so that I dropped a classic green on it. I feel like for what it is, Syncopation is an excellent adaptive, maybe one of the best we've had so far. Adaptives themselves could use a little help, and they're a very middle of the road choice when it comes to primary weapons. Not bad at all, but not competitive. I love using this thing in 6v6s, but I definitely have my reservations taking it into trials. I feel there isn't much else to say about this other than it's an all reliable type of gun, and I would recommend it as a fun option for anyone who might be looking for an entry-level weapon into the Crucible. I hope you found my thoughts insightful and helpful. I'm going to be grinding out my god roll of the title today, so I look forward to putting out a review sooner rather than later. Please let me know what roles of Syncopation have you tried out, if any. I know adaptives are kind of hard to get behind, but if you practice with them, take your time, take it slow, they're a really rewarding weapon to use. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This has been the Swag Chef, and I'll see you in the next one.